Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Rafizi bin Amir. Today I want to explain about my research, which is motivation of participation to physical activity. So I will to explain about background of the study. National Defence University Malaysia, or we call NDUM, has an established sports center. Most every day, a lot of people, not only the staff, students, but also outside visitors, come to their sports in NUMSC Sports Center, must know what their clients need and understand their satisfaction towards the services and facilities for NUMSC to manage the center well and organized. Also to make sure that the users are happy with the services given by NUM Center, Sports Center. This study, which is specifically designed for NUM student, is important as the demographics and experiences of the population on campus is variety in each university in Malaysia. Statement of the problem. Physical activity has well known to give benefits to body and mind well-being. This advantage is vital to the student to perform in their academics with a great mind and body. This aspect is one of the services can be provided to the student for their stay satisfaction to study at NUM. Thus, this research can be useful to students in developing the attributing factors to perform physical activity, which can be served to the student for their well-being in campus lifestyle. Besides that, it also can investigate demographic differences and their needs besides their academic time. Research objective have a 2 point. The first one is to determine contributing factors specifically stated to the physical activity among students on the NUM campus. Second one is to investigate the differences attributing factors for male and female students to involve in physical activities. Significance of the study. This research will investigate which hypothesis is accepted and rejected so that further action or adjustment to the service provided by NUM Sports Center can be improved. Whether aspect of sports action, recognition, fitness and health, social interaction, sport event and relation will show the high need for attention or less. With the effects, it is easy to determine the next step action in increasing the service quality of NUM for NUM student satisfaction, whether male or female, in physical activity facilitation. Literature review. Many kinds of literature have been done relating to this research. The aims and suggestion giving a prototype to the prospect of study that rich in analysis information for the researchers to use of any regarding health and fitness implementation. The reviewers of the lecturers: Barnett 2008, Biddle 2003, Fraser Thomas 2008, Gaut 1996, Kauvula 1990, Smith 2006. The reason sports people give for participating and dropping out are multiple and diverse. For example, categorize the major motive of participation into competence, learn and improve skills, affiliation, to make friends, to be a part of team, fitness, to be physical active, get in shape, and fun. Some past research indicators that people have different achievement goals concerning sports participation, and it is reasonable to suggest that their attainment is a consistent of unusual. Among the several reasons given, the decreased interest and a subsequent withdrawal from the sport with a lack of fun, issues with the coach, the time commitment required, lack of playing time, and overemphasis on winning, and greater interest in other activities. According to Sherwood and Jeffrey, suggested physical activity is a complex and dynamic process determined by various factors. From a lifespan perspective, college students are in a young adult stage in their physical and physiological development. They attain maturity status. They also have some health problems associated with their risky behaviors, including tobacco or alcohol consumption, accidents, and unhealthy diet. So next, I will to explain about methodology, which is number one is research design. This study is to identify factors that contribute to the motivation to participate in physical activity among students studying at the NUM campus. In this study, the participation motivation questionnaire, alias PMQ, collects the data through 6 components in terms of skill development, popularity, fitness and health, social status, sports event, and relaxation. So the second one is research conceptual framework. The structure of this research is all the component factors as the independent variables, where motivation is the independent of the student to participate in physical activities. Independent variable and independent variables are linked as below. So we can see graph for conceptual framework. Sports action, popularity, fitness and health, social interaction, sports event, relaxation for motivation and to physical activity. The third is research sampling. This research focus on 626 foundation and 350 diploma students, as they are still new in the campus environment and will spend a long period staying on the campus. Foundation student will spend 2 years program and will continue about 4 years more in the degree program after finish the foundation. Same goes to diploma student, will spend for 2.5 years and also will continue to degree program about 3 years more after finish their diploma program. So they will be on the NUM campus for many more years. Their fresh thought about the physical activities facilitation on the campus is valuable. Students are customers that should be a focus for their well-being and living in a good surrounding, which is important to students to perform their student well and study well. They have all the information about the good and bad of the campus administration and management, as they are being at the campus all the time during their academic period, going to the classes and doing their study every day on the campus. Their leisure time should be filled and utilized with good activity provided by the campus management. The fourth about research instrument. Based on the certain past studies, they use various collection methods and divided them into primary and secondary data as well. In this research, there is only primary data, which is questionnaire is the tool. So we can see about a questionnaire. Within this project, researcher employed the participation motivation questionnaire (PMQ), which has been widely used in several studies of motivates to participate in your sports. The student completed the PMQ, namely a 30-item list of possible reasons students have to participate in sport. A 5-point scale was used. Respondents answered the stem, I participate in sport because indicating their preference. From 1 to 5, result of the factor analysis of the PMQ reveal the factors of achievement or status, team atmosphere, fitness, energy release, skill development, friendship and fun as basic motivates of involvement. Below the questionnaire structure that has been disseminated for this research as shown in table 1, that the alpha coefficient for the 30 items is 0.931 in table 2 below, suggesting that the items have relative high internal consistency. Note that a reliability coefficient of 70 or higher is considered acceptable. From the table we can show that have many numbers, different numbers. For example, I want to be a popular. I like the challenge. I like the coaches or instructors. I like to have fun, and many more. For research procedure as number 5, in this research, the questionnaire was distributed using the Google form to all the students via WhatsApp and email through groups of foundation and diploma students in each faculty. This approach was used to reach students because it was a COVID-19 pandemic period where all students were not the campus, since the conditional movement control orders, or we call is CMCO, enforced by the government during the research. Google Form is a survey administration software that is included in the Google documents editors software, along with the Google document, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. It allows collecting information from users through survey. The collected information can be automatically entered into a spreadsheet with all the answer given the data to perform analysis. Research procedure, continue the first page. Then statistically packaged for social science, or we call is SPSS. Software is used for statistical analysis and level of measurement. SPSS is commonly used in many industries, telecommunication, higher education, government, and more. SPSS is a comprehensive and flexible statistical analysis and data management. SPSS can take data from almost any type of the file that can be used to generate tabulated reports, charts, and plots of distribution and trends, descriptive analysis, and conduct complex statistical analysis. This software is relevant to be used in this research as well as for data analysis. Statistical analysis, data normality. We have number 1, normality tests are used to determine if a data set is well modeled by a normal distribution, and to compute like how likely it is a random variable underlying the data set to be normally distributed. Value of the Shapiro-Wilk test is greater than the data is normal. If it is below 0.05, the data significantly divide from a normal distribution. Data analysis. The first section, demographic analysis, states the respondents' profile. Frequently and percentage were used to show generally the distribution of the profile in respect of the respondent. In the second section is the questionnaire survey to be interpreted using descriptive analysis to describe the central tendency of the data collected from the population, analysis that statistics that show the mean and standard deviation of the factors considered. In the third section, inferential statistics used to test the data taken from the samples and make generalization from the population. And statistic was used to assess the equality of variances for a variable calculated for two or more groups. It tests the null hypothesis that the population variances are equal. If the result p-value of the t-test is less than typical 0.05, the obtained differences in sample variance are unlikely to have occurred based on random sampling from a population with equal variation. Therefore, the null hypothesis of equal variances is rejected, and it is included that there is a difference between the variances in the population. Lastly, a summary of the findings will be presented. Thank you from me.